Hey guys, this is Izzy.
And this is your girl, Big Mich.
Our guest today, Ace Dinero. He's on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all major streaming platforms. Two of our favorite songs on Spotify right now, Keeper and Mitch, have 60,000 streams. He's dope. What do you think about him, Big Mich?
He's a great artist. You know that. You know, I think that way about Ace Dinero. Make sure everyone go check that out.
For this interview, he did release some exclusive information about a feature he has coming up. We did have to censor that out, but make sure you follow him on Instagram, YouTube, and find out who that big feature is.
Go check that out.
With a fee, my life it ain't cheap, ain't nothing for free. Ayy, I get a gram for the cheese, stuck in the trap, I'm serving the fiends. Ayy, youngins ain't moved by the peas, just send them a snap, they got what you need. Ayy.
How's your day so far? How's everything?
It's been busy. How's yours?
It's been good. It's been really good. It's been good.
What are you working on? Another project?
Well, something like that. I'm gonna work on the next project in like next year, but right now I'm just working out what I'm dropping in like the beginning of the year to bring the New Year's in.
I know that you actually mentioned the projects that you're working on. I was snooping on your page a little bit, and I realized that you were kind of making a remix to High School by Nicki Minaj.
You guys caught it.
Yeah, I caught it. I did.
Not a lot of
Give me
people.
the name of the song. Give me a hint, a little hint on it.
That one's called Yellow Tape.
Yellow Tape.
About stuff that's happening in the city.
Oh.
Okay. So basically the politics in the city. Okay.
Are you from Toronto or like the GTA?
I'm actually born in Jamaica, but I grew up in Toronto.
Okay.
So are we.
Which parish? The parish.
I'm from Hanover.
Hanover. Okay.
When did you come here?
When I was like 2 years old.
Oh, I came when I was 8 or 9, and then Big Mich just came here yesterday.
Yeah. No.
Really?
No, 6 years ago. She's bugging. She's bugging over there. 6 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, I wanted to know, how did you come up with the name Ace Dinero?
I did.
You did?
It was given to me. It's like a whole background story. So basically, the name came up from when I was like younger. Dinero came off of I just love money. But Ace came off of his like, this little bummy kid that was in the hood, and he just turned his life around. But my life is basically like paid in full. So you know who Ace Boogie is? If you guys ever watched the movie, Ace Boogie and Paid in Full is me, except I'm just like not a snitch. I'm not a snitch. That's the difference.
Okay.
So I got my name from that movie, and that's why I made the song Mitch.
Oh.
So what made you decide to rap?
To be honest, I was in the studio one day, like 3 years ago. I was just chilling in the studio. I'm just like, I feel like I could do this.
So why rap and not like reggae or dancehall or singing?
Because I never really grew up in Jamaica to really catch the whole reggae thing.
Yeah.
Like I love reggae music, but like I can't flow, rhyme, and stuff like that. Like, reggae, like Jamaicans have their own slang, like all now, like different slangs. But like lately I've been putting it in my music. Like sometimes I'll say killy, shatas, like stuff like that. Like I've been putting it in my music lately. But the whole slang, like sometimes I hear Popcorn say some stuff and I'm like,
you're going to use that.
Yeah.
But like I don't really like to use people's lines. But it just sounds good. But I would never think of it because I'm not, like in Jamaica like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Popcorn, which other artists do you know from Jamaica?
Skilly Bang.
Oh no, you didn't just start her up. That is her artist.
Every time I bring up
her up.
Every time I bring up Skilly Bang, Big Mich tries to shame me.
I'm over it.
Right.
Who else do you know?
I love him.
Vibes Cartel.
Of course.
Shantia.
Of course.
TJ Squash. I can't forget about them.
Okay.
So there's a lot.
If you like TJ Squash, Chronic Fly is good.
Which is your favorite Vibes Cartel song?
I don't think I have a favorite from Vibes Cartel. Yes, so much. Yeah, but I could give you like my favorite TJ song, Rags to Riches, Squash right now, probably. I have to give it to like Potus. That's my favorite Squash song right now.
Okay.
Do you think
you could
on a track with them? Like, I always wonder if rap and like dancehall could kind of fuse. You think you could be on a track with Bosh or TJ?
I would love to be, but I do have a song with a reggae artist.
Can we get the name?
It's not.
I can tell you guys. You guys would be the first to know, though.
So would everybody else who's listening to this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's.
Stop this.
Stop lying.
She's excited now. Now she cannot wait for that track. Can't wait.
You did though, but I just didn't put.
How did that happen? Like, how did you make that happen?
To be honest, I made the song. I previewed it on my Instagram too. It's the last one, number 3. It's called 15. So it's about my life when I was 15 till now. And one of my homies is just like, I hear this song. So I'm just like, yeah, right. Like if you guys could get, so he told my manager. So I'm like, if you guys could get, then I'll do it. And I'll fly to Jamaica and do the video there because we're both from the East. So I'll do the video there. So he goes, all right, I'm gonna call. So then a couple of days later, 2 days ago, he's like, yo, yeah, send it to him. So we sent it to him. And then he said, yeah, he likes it. But then yesterday he called back and he's like, my manager called them back and said, is the price included with the video? So he said, yeah, we'll do the video because he likes the song. So I'm like, in January, I'm going to fly out. I'm going to do the video.
Wow.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is put the video and the audio out at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Izzy
How many
definitely
times
cannot
have
wait.
I talked about to you?
She loves it.
And I'm always talking
really
about
likes him.
mixing rap and dancehall. So
yeah. So
perfect.
yeah, she will definitely tune into that song.
What? I will be promoting that song like crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only song I'll be listening to for like a week or more.
Speaking of songs, so your song called Keeper, it's one of your biggest hits. What was it like working with Flash?
To be honest, it's crazy how it really came about. Like, he hit me up one day. He's like, yo, broski, I want to rap. So I'm just like, all right. Everybody says they want to rap.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a song. So I'm just like, all right. He goes, no, I'm serious. And I'm just like, send me something. He's like, hey, I'm going to go to this studio, but it's not the best. It's like a home studio. I'm going to send you something. He sent it to me. So I'm like, okay, I like your voice, the swag, your style and everything. So you know what? Come to my studio. I brought him every week with me. We're in here, we're just going back and back and back. So I'm just like, what do you want to do? Like, how do you want to jump into the game? He's like, to be honest, fam, I don't know. So I said, you know what? I already have a little buzz. So let's just see how it would be if you put your first single out of my EP, right? So I'm just like, okay, we're going to make something. And I'm not really going to participate in the song. That's why I only did the little like 4-bar verse. I wanted to give him the shine. So I said, let's make something. He made Keeper. I heard Keeper and I was like, hey, this is the one.
This is
I'm
it,
like,
yeah.
This is the one. I'm like, put another verse on it and just leave 4 bars open for me. That's it. That's all I want. So boom.
Wow, that's a track. And then how'd you get your collab with Molly Sways?
Sways is my homie. He's from the same
shout out to him.
Sways is like down the street from me.
What was it like working with Molly Sways?
Sways is like a different breed when it comes to music. Like he's like, if you talk about work, his middle name is Work. He doesn't stop. He stays in the studio. It's crazy like how he comes up with some stuff. Like he'll be there, I'll walk out for a second, come back in. He's like, all right, fam, the hook's done or the verse is done. I'm like, what? I'm like, hold on, let me hear this. And it's like, it's
a banger.
Yeah. And I'm picky.
Yeah. In terms of picking your beats, your verses, walk me through the process of you making a song.
Like how I would start a song is off freestyle. But if I hear the beat and it's a specific kind of beat, sometimes I'll get a female beat, like a song that's for like a girl song, and I'll talk about my feelings. So it's like, it's really weird how I make music, but most times I'll just like freestyle. And whatever I start off with, I'll be like, okay, that one sounds the best on the beat. So I'm just going to make a song about clothes, money, a girl, cars, like however it starts though. And then I'll just, put a whole story behind it. But it just really depends on the beat. But I'm very picky when it comes to beats. But everybody that ever came to my studio sessions, like, when it comes to beats, like, you have the hardest beats, like, but I'm very picky. I'm a
So
melodic type of beat guy.
who produces your beats? Do you have like one person or like a team who always produces the same beats, or do you have people sending you beats and you choose?
Yeah, I have people sending me beats, but I also have like a mini team. But one's from Russia, the next guy's from Atlanta, and the next guy's from UK.
Wow, versatile, a variety.
Oh, yeah, you have a wide variety.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For sure, you do.
And then-
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Big Mich.
Yeah. So, Ace Dinero, we have different segments for our podcast. First, we're going into Culture Link. This is where we talk about the trending topics that we have. So, the first one is going to be, in 3 words, how would you describe your 2020 experience? And what do you think 2021 looks like?
Well, I'm not gonna say that my year was entirely bad. It had ups and downs, but like I'm gonna say my music's what kept me on path. Like I lost my homie this year, like so R.I.P. Moski, and music is what really uplift me because it lets me express how I'm feeling. Like I'm a person who's not good with their words. Like right now, how I'm doing this interview, I don't know. I guess it's just over time I got better with speaking. But usually I'll meet someone for the first time and I'll be like, I don't really want to
shy.
I want to vibe
Okay.
and see who you are. But like, I don't know, like music just changed the way how I look at things, like, because it taught me how to be more like interactive. I network more. So like I'll be in Clubhouse. I don't know if you guys know what Clubhouse is, but it's like
that's a new
this
app. That's a new app, right?
Yeah. So, but it's like you have to get invited. Like there's a couple of industry people now. There's like, regular people too, but like there's a lot of industry people, and Clubhouse really makes you like, they put you on the spot. So you'll be talking to like different people. So I talked to MetroBoomin before. I talked to the DaBaby. I talked to 21 Savage. I was in a chat with Meat Mill, but like they weren't really talking about nothing.
Hey,
So
hold on. What is the conversation like with MetroBoomin? And what is the conversation like with DaBaby?
Well, DaBaby was just giving game. MetroBoomin was basically asking me about like my Toronto culture, basically like how we do stuff in Toronto and whatnot. But like it's
How did you
different
answer?
topics. Yeah. You'll
How
be
did
on
you answer that question?
Huh?
How did you answer that question?
What, the culture in Toronto?
Yes.
I'm honest. So I tell them like like my city it's a messed up city. Like one day they love you, the next minute they hate you.
Mhm.
But at the same time, you really have to be careful what you do and where you go around. Because like this time is different. The generation's just different. Like, killing left, right. Like, especially if you're a name brand. You're a rapper, you're in the streets, whatever it is, it's really like you have to be careful where you go, who you chill with, things you do, what you say, because you could lose your life over this.
Yeah, I think that's like for this podcast, that's why we really wanted to start this, because there is a stigma associated with Toronto music. And I feel like a lot of people are afraid to listen to it, but like you have me and Big Mich, we're 2 fun Jamaican girls. Like we're trying to show people that anybody can listen to Toronto music.
Absolutely.
Like we're trying to remove the stigma associated with Toronto music so that it can become more mainstream, so that Toronto artists do have a chance to go to the States. That's really why we started this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people know you guys. Because everybody's like, I'm like, I have a podcast to do. Like, I cancel my whole day. I went to book a hair appointment to get my hair cut, everything. Cancel my whole day. I'm like, I have a podcast to do. Like, people are calling me saying, where am I? I'm like, I have a podcast to do. I have a podcast to do. So they're like, wait, who? So I'm like, I told them, and they're like, oh, those 2 brown skin girls. Yeah, we heard it down. And I was just like,
that's really good.
We're here recruiting. We're trying to get every artist to come on and
we honestly appreciate it so much.
Mm.
So it's a big chance, and we appreciate it for sure.
I appreciate you guys having me because I feel like I'm underrated.
You are.
Your music.
I'm gonna break walls next year.
You are underrated.
Is brilliant.
Yes, it is. It is.
It is so. It doesn't like. It's just so crazy to me. Like I keep going back to this. It's so crazy to me how there is so much talent in the city, and we don't like. A lot of people don't know about it.
Yep.
Crazy.
I agree with you.
It's the politics.
Yeah, but that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to get rid of the stigma, make sure everyone knows
and hopefully there's more investment in the culture as well. Hopefully there are more persons who believe in the entertainment industry and really put heavy money into it. So we're just hoping eventually something like that happens in the future.
Small changes, baby steps.
Small changes, small. We'll get there.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. So, Izzy, I actually want to know in 3 words. How would you describe 2020?
Oh, 3 words only?
3 words. Ace Dinero didn't even give me 3 words.
We'll give you a story.
I know. I thought you asked me like, how was my 2020? All right. So 3 words. Depressing. Yeah. For real, depressing. I want to use a word that really brings out my EPs.
Let's see.
Musical.
Not musical.
Like even
deeper.
better than that word. And
I
know what word I want to use, but the year was depressing at points.
Like it was like your EP would be your savior.
Yeah.
Savior.
Yeah, it really made me continue because I was gonna stop music this year.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, so that made me say, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna continue. So that saved me, you can say. So that part, when I dropped my EP, was exciting. It's crazy how I dropped my EP too, so it's exciting. And I'm gonna say, for the most part, it was successful. The year was successful for me.
That's a good word.
Very good word.
I'm gonna say 2020 was a blessing because 2020 was a messed up year for a lot of people, but
I'm gonna say that too.
It was a blessing for me. I'm going to say 2020 was a lesson. I learned a lot. And it was I think those are my 2 words. I'm gonna leave it at 2.
Well, my 3 words would be blessing in disguise.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Definitely, I would say that. The reason for that is because I learned a lot of skills during the COVID. I mean, this is a time where people have been not really doing their best, but I learned a lot of skills. I was able to start this podcast and I was put onto a lot of artists. Izzy know that there was a point where I didn't know a lot of artists in Toronto and she put me on. And the more
you just came here though, you have
persons I knew of, I researched Ace Dinero and I was like, yo, this youth is tough. You know what I mean? Those things are blessings. So I would say it's a blessing in disguise.
And you know why it's a blessing to me, like that part specifically, when it's not just about discovering artists, like especially with the podcast, we're not just discovering artists, we're like helping them, like we want to see them make it.
Yes.
And, like if we see them make it, like I'm gonna feel so excited that we were a part of their journey.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's 2021. That's what 2021 looks like for us.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So my next question, what's something Canada needs but doesn't have yet?
We need more, I'm going to say we need more like peace.
Peace? Okay.
But we also need more like support, to be real. I feel like we have a dark cloud over us. I don't feel like Canada gets the looks that it deserves when it comes to music. Because not only like me, Sways, Flash, there's other people who are actually doing their thing that shouldn't be here. Like they should be bigger, but like I feel like they kind of hold us back in a way. Like, even the city too, because if you're obviously like rapping and stuff, rapping and preaching the streets, obviously some people really live through it. And that's really all some people know. So they can get twined up in it. So it's like that prevents them from even taking a trip to LA or Atlanta to see the scenery and work with other people. But I feel like there's a dark cloud over the city. Compared to other cities, like in the States, I feel like we have a little dark cloud. I feel like it's like a competition.
How would you say we can get rid of that dark cloud?
If we just came together as one, stop the politics, but
focus on the music.
It's a big wish.
Yeah, it might take time.
It might take some time.
Focus on the music, stop the politics.
What about you, Big Mich? Like, what do you think? Like, how do you feel like we can be like Atlanta?
I feel like we have to stop the politics, like what Ace Dinero said, and just focus on the work and just focusing on just coming together. For example, when I was watching the verses of Gucci and Jeezy, for those who don't know the story behind them, they have been beefing for years. One thing about them, they invested in their culture, individually. And then eventually they came together in the verses and said, yo, we're big two men. We want to really make an impact. Let's make it work. Let's set an example. You know what I mean? And I feel like we need that in the culture. We need that in Canada. I really want to see a lot of collabs with the underground rappers. That's what I want. I feel like we need that one person who creates a label, gets everyone together, put some money in, and just build a culture here. That's what I think.
Yeah, so I think before a label comes here, like I think we need to attract the money. Like we need to attract,
for sure.
which is like why we started this podcast. Once again, it's to show like this is marketable. Like there's no talent here, and it's not just about politics. Like you can vibe with these artists individually. They have music, they have stories. Like that's what we're trying to do. And I'm hoping, like I'm praying people watch this and they're like, wow, like Toronto, there's some hidden gems in Toronto. And
there's a lot.
These artists are great. And then that will attract more record labels, bring more money here. People are like, you know what, there's a bag to be made. And then, you know, hopefully.
There's a lot.
A lot for sure. Mm-hmm. Now I feel greedy. What's something Canada needs? I was thinking about IHOP, but never mind. Okay.
Intellect on the show.
Okay, so my next question, actually, this is in regards to The Weeknd. So The Weeknd was criticized by the Grammy over the nomination snub. So what do you think about that, Ace Dinero?
Like, is one of your goals to be recognized by the
Grammys?
No.
Good answer.
Before when I was younger, it was different. BET Awards, the Grammys was different. Now everything is not the same. So like, I personally wouldn't care for a Grammy. I just want to see like plaques of my music saying triple platinum, double platinum, and whatever. That's my like achievement, because you know, has your name and whatnot. Grammys just, I feel like the Grammys now today is rigged. 100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Mm-hmm. But like you can't even watch that anymore. So I don't like I when I saw that about The Weeknd, I was like, come on, why are you paying attention to this? Like you know you're brilliant. Why are you?
I remember when Drake got cut off and he gave us during his speech he said, if you have persons doing their 9 to 5 walking through the rain and the snow and they're actually paying for your tickets, you've already won. Mm-hmm. And I agree with that. Yeah. If you have persons who are already supporting you, that's good enough. You don't need an award to validate what you've done.
Your music could change like one person's life. That's big enough. You don't need
for sure
to tell you that you're doing great. Like if you change one life, you're already doing great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. So our next segment, it's called If We're Linking. So my question is, a relationship with no argument is a relationship with a lot of secrets. Do you agree with this statement?
I personally don't think so.
Why you don't think so?
Because if you guys don't really say for instance you guys genuinely just bond together, you guys are both loyal to each other, you guys just genuinely bond together, you don't let little things bother you or the outside world bother you. I'm pretty sure you guys can have a solid relationship where you're not arguing all the time. If the man's playing his role and the female's playing her role, you don't always have to clean up after one another, you're not always hearing about the next or whatever the case is. But relationships do come with trials and tribulations, but I'm just saying, I feel like you can be in a relationship and not argue, unless it's really, really something serious. But for the most part, you could be in a relationship and not argue. It's possible.
I've argued in relationships. I'm not even gonna front. I'm not even gonna.
You're very argumentative, though.
Me? No, not really. I like to debate things, but there are times I'll argue about dumb little stuff. Hey, why didn't you pick that up? Because I didn't feel like it.
I don't like to argue. If I'm I'll say what I have to say, and if you're not gonna listen to me,
you walk away.
Bye. But I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah. But I don't feel like there's a lot of secrets if you don't argue.
It's not about secrets. Honestly, it's about communication. If you guys communicate well and you listen to each other and you're taking their feelings into consideration, you're not gonna argue.
Yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's secrets.
Yeah, no secrets.
We're not arguing.
Yeah, so we all disagree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, Ace, do you argue a lot? You don't look like the type.
Yeah, you don't look like you argue at all. You look so chill.
I don't. Yeah.
Really? Why? Because you don't answer back?
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
If I were to argue with you and you just
stared at me, right? I'd be like, are you serious?
That is when I would argue.
My nonchalant ways.
That's when I'd... You guys are the worst.
They hate my nonchalant ways. Like I was in a relationship one time and she asked me why I have two phones. Like, and I'd say one's work phone and one's literally personal for family. But she's just like, why do you put your phone like face down? And me personally,
Why
I
do
don't
you?
even necessarily put my phone face down. Like sometimes I'll have my phone like this and then I'll just do that. Like I just throw
I'm
it
not gonna
Natural.
lie,
down.
I do that too.
You know,
I do it
I don't
too.
think nothing of it. Like if you want my phone, here you go. But I feel the minute you go through my phone, the trust is gone.
Done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go through my
You're
man's
right.
phone. Like if
You're
I
so
had,
right.
I don't want to go through anybody. My husband's phone, my man's phone.
Me either. I don't want to see anything.
No.
There's no need to snoop.
Yeah.
So then it's
Doesn't
But I
make any
always
sense
put my
to
phone
do
down
anything.
too. Because I just don't
Yeah.
want to see the notifications.
Yeah. And
That-
sometimes you're not even paying attention to the screen. You just put it away. You don't know how it's faced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my
If
phone
someone
on
were to
DP.
argue with me about that, I'd be like, listen, you can
Find
walk.
something else to argue about.
You don't like my phone, leave.
Yeah.
I argue about my phone being on D&D, but I do that
Why
because
is your phone on D&D?
I get a lot of
Right.
like calls and messages and stuff and emails, and I'm a type of person that I don't want to stop working. That's just me. So I will literally work right in front of you, and to wait to prevent it, I put my phone on D&D, or you're gonna see people keep calling me, no matter what time it is. Like a podcast hit me up at 4 a.m. So it's like,
Was that us?
Yes.
not just me,
Yes. I was listening to his music 3 a.m. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. You're
I
gonna
was
get
listening
in
to
trouble.
Keeper 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm sorry, okay?
And
I had to reach out. I'm sorry.
You from her personal page.
I was
I
up
wasn't
listening to
Wow.
his song. I had to.
All I'm gonna say, if I had a man and a woman messaged him at 4 a.m. and he told me, "Oh, it's just a podcast," I would not believe him.
I wouldn't believe either, to be honest. I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't.
Big Mich. I am so sorry about that,
Listening
Ace
to the
Dinero.
song, I couldn't help it.
I'm so sorry.
But she's not the only one. Big Mich is not the only one that messaged me that, like,
Yeah.
late. But I seen it and I was just like, I answered. But that's what I'm saying. If you want me to, like, if you want to just spend time, watch a movie, whatever, just have alone time, I have to put my phone on D&D because I'm a workaholic. So the minute it goes off, I'm going to think it's something important. I don't know if it's a label calling me, or I don't know if it's like, one of my little businesses calling me. It's just, I have to. That's the only way you're going to get my full attention.
Yeah.
I'm back on
I
my
get
phone.
it. That makes sense.
Honestly, I tried that the other day. I tried D&D and it wasn't working.
It didn't work for me either.
I was still seeing the notifications.
I still got notifications too.
There's
Huh?
there's two D&Ds. There's one where you could still see notifications, but there's one where it just doesn't even turn on your phone screen.
Oh, I
So
don't want to
nobody
see it.
can
I don't
call
want to
me.
see it at all because I'm always like, okay, I have to click it. I have to click it.
You had the wrong D&D. My D&D
Okay,
is
I'm gonna look into this.
For sure. Okay, so the next question I have: remove sex from a relationship, you will discover a lot of people have nothing to offer. Do you
100%.
agree with this? 1000% is
Facts.
1000%.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. And I say it all the time.
1000%.
I say it all the time. Thanks.
That's
agree.
yeah.
I agree.
So Ace,
Sometimes,
have you been
I agree.
have you been in a situation like that where you knew like there was nothing, you guys had nothing in common, but you just stayed just because like the sex is bomb?
Yeah, but I
Like-
tested it. I put it to the test. I stopped, like, I just was kind of getting turned off because it's like, what do you do? Like, I want to see what you can do. Like, it's not always a sex. So I stopped having sex with the person I was talking to for about 3 months. And she started thinking I was having sex with somebody else, but that wasn't the case. I was really working on a trending topic. I was in the studio late, but I just wanted to see what you could do. Eventually, she started doing her thing, and I don't want to say what she's doing because she's gonna watch this and be like, "Oh, he's talking about me." I don't want nobody to know that I'm talking about them. But she started doing her thing after that, and now she's like, yeah, she's successful. So I give it to her, but we're not together.
So you like when a woman stimulates your mind. What do you look for in a woman? If she removes the sex, what are you looking for?
If she's what? Sorry?
Okay.
if
you remove the sex completely, what exactly are you looking for in the woman then? So you don't want to stimulate her, you don't want to penetrate her anymore, and you want to see what she can do. Yeah. What are you looking for?
Like
someone
mentally,
who can just like in general, like what am I looking for?
Mhm.
Like someone who could, keep me like in line and make sure I'm not doing stuff to, jeopardize my future. And just a woman who can like, who's independent, who can hold her own. Like if something happens to me and we have a family together, you can take over the family, no worries. But like, I don't want a woman to always depend on me.
That's
I always say, make sure you can give what you ask for. That's what I always say.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Big Mich, what about you? I'm putting you on the spot.
I totally agree with Ace
Yeah.
Dinero. You are so right. If you remove sex from the equation, you realize a lot of people have nothing to offer in the relationship. And I agree, it's more than penetration. You should be able to hold me down. You should be able to be there for me. You should be able to teach me something.
You should be able to hold a conversation. A lot of people cannot hold conversation
at least.
That's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's big conversation. Can't be just sitting there looking in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Staring into space.
Say something.
Yeah. And I personally hate always being the one that's talking because I hate feeling like I talk too much. I hate feeling like that. So I'll be quiet and then I'll go back into my nonchalant ways.
Yeah.
Then it's like, why are you acting like that? But it's like, you did this because you're not saying much. Like, I'll ask you something and it's like, say for instance, I'll be like, oh, how was your day? Oh, it was good. At least say, how was yours? Like,
you have girls who don't ask you about your day?
Yeah, like I ran into girls like that before. They're just boring.
Damn. Ooh. I know.
Dang.
Are they Toronto girls? Because we had a past guest and they were talking about Toronto girls.
We all know who that is.
Yeah, they're Toronto girls.
Yeah. Maybe it's where you're looking. Maybe. Do you go to church?
Yeah.
Yes, I used to. I don't go anymore.
How are the church?
Pray at home and stuff.
How are the church girls?
Church girls? Oh, I met this one church girl. She was cool. She was actually born a day before me. Yeah.
Oh, you got excited about that church girl.
Of course.
Yeah, she was cool. She was mad cool. She does her own thing. She's a model, like she does her own thing. But I feel like she's different. But we never went on that tip where it's like, oh, we're talking or whatever. I felt like the bond was too strong. I'd rather you be my friend because that's how chill and cool you were. Because I know sometimes majority of the times we might fall out and it's like now the whole bond's gone. So like, what's the point?
Are you guys still friends?
Yeah, we're friends up till today.
That's good. That's really good.
I don't know if I ever had that. Felt like I had such a good bond with someone where I just wanted to be their friend. I don't think.
But some girls get offended by that.
I would be offended actually if someone said to me like, I just want to be your friend.
You don't say it like that though.
Okay, how would you say it?
You just be like, you just wouldn't pass certain boundaries. You wouldn't have to necessarily say it, but certain things just don't do it because you know what
the actions would show.
I'd be wondering, I'd be like, why isn't he passing the boundaries?
Yeah. Then eventually one day you guys will have that sit down conversation, but it's like, I genuinely mess with you. Like, and I don't want to mess it up. And if you feel some type of way like that, then I don't know.
By that.
That's messed up. Because I feel like females and males should be able to be friends.
We have this conversation all the time. Like, we wonder if guys and girls can just be friends.
Of course they can. They can.
If the guy can keep himself together.
Yep. I agree.
I don't agree. I don't think guys and girls can just be friends.
Why do you think so?
Wow.
Because men are it's always going to be at the back of their mind. It's always like, if let's say there's a weak moment where the girl, she's having a weak, sad moment and she wants like a rebound, the guy's taking that. He's not turning it down. Am I wrong?
You're right. But
that's the guy.
I'm gonna say there's times when there's females that will be a rebound.
That is true.
Yeah, so like, trust me.
But are rebounds friends though? Like, can you be friends with a rebound? No, right?
Oh, then you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna continue going on, especially if you enjoyed it. It's gonna continue going on.
I just don't think guys and girls can just be friends. Like, especially if the guy is attracted to the girl, or the girl is.
I have female friends that I'm attracted to, but we're just friends. Literally.
Are you just friends because she just wants to be friends? Like if she gave you a chance, like if she wanted to step over those boundaries and be like, listen, Ace, tonight's the night. Are you guys
Nah.
just gonna be friends?
Yeah. I can
Oh,
hold my own. That's the thing though. Like I've been in a lot of
you
situations
have
where it's like,
self-control.
like
A lot of self-control.
sex doesn't really like, make me jump. That's just me though. And people and girls look at me and be like, "You're lying." Like I
How
know
old are you, Ace? What's with these
Very
short
mature.
guys? Like, you're very mature. How old are
Very
you?
mature.
21.
What? You are so. Wait, are you lying?
Nah, I'm serious.
You are Ace Dinero. You are very mature for your age.
You are very
Very mature.
This guy has me feeling very immature, and I'm 25.
Yes,
A
yes.
lot of people tell me
You are
that, but
very
I think
mature.
the reason for that is like I never ever been around anybody my age. Even in school, it was me by myself. Growing up, I always chilled with the older guys.
Wow.
So I think that
Wow.
kind of, I would always listen to them. I was the type of person to just be there and listen,
That
just
is
to
so
observe certain
good.
things.
I'm shocked still. Like,
I'm
but
very
that's
shocked.
very
That's
good.
really
You're
good.
wise. You
You're very
observe.
wise. Yeah.
You speak less. You listen more. That's wise.
Mm.
Because God gave me one mouth and 2 ears.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
You are a very smart guy.
Very smart guy.
Deep, very deep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So our next segment.
The
What are you listening to?
Oh, free.
No.
See how eager I was for
No,
the
not the
game.
games yet. I'm excited too, Izzy, but not the games yet.
The funny thing, every time it's always Big Mich who's excited for
Yeah,
the game.
I get excited, but you're
You
excited
know why?
today.
You know why I'm excited?
Why?
Because he's so mature, and it's like
So
I
much
really
I want to
wanna
hear his
see how these
answers.
games
That's why,
go.
yeah. I agree. I
Okay,
want to hear his answers
Let's
too.
rewind back to the music. What are you listening to? What are you
So,
listening to?
the music. Ace Dinero, who are you listening to right now? Who do you have on repeat?
Repeat.
Yes.
You see, because of actually, you know what? I know who to say. Right now, to be honest, I listen to myself every day. I listen to Flash every day.
Mhm.
I'll listen to Sways.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say every day, but I listen to Sways. But I've been listening to Meat Mill since he came back. Vori is talented.
Oh.
Vori is a different breed. So I listen to Vori. Baby, I listen to Lil Baby all the time because Baby just has this thing to him that I relate to. Durkio is like
every one of our
Durkio.
guests have been saying Lil Baby.
I
All
realized
of
too.
them.
I
All
realized
of them.
too. I realized too. I realized.
Street
the way.
industry. So it's like when you're from the streets and you can relate, like he says things that it's like, oh, I lived through that. I did that. So it's like he's not capping. He really
Yeah.
been through a lot of things and did a lot of certain things. And me, I like to listen to genuine music. I like to listen to BS because I relate. When I listen to something, I relate. Like Rod Wave, he sings like a lot of depressing things sometimes, but like I feel it. You like look for love. I used to look for love at a point. To like I seen what love came with, then I stopped looking for love. I'm like, it's just gonna happen over time. But there's a lot of artists I listen to. I listen to Little Papa. It's just like stuff that they talk about in their music. I relate to heavy.
Okay.
But I'd have to give it to Meat Mill, Little Durk, and I can't forget about G Herbo.
Yeah, he's a vibe. He's a vibe for
G
sure.
Herbo from his was it Lil Herb? Was that his
Yeah.
name before?
Lil Herb's the retro.
Mm-hmm.
G Herbo's the modern, the reincarnated one.
What about you, Big Mich? What are you
I've been listening to Smiley. I've been listening to his song Body. Smiley is someone I've been watching for a while. Now that you spoke on
You've been
Mali
here
Sway's,
6 years and you loved Smiley.
Because of Mali Sway's song, Bone to Pick. And Izzy's the one who actually introduced me to that song. I don't know if you remember that, Izzy. So Izzy sent me the song and I remember listening and I was like, Mali Sway's is dope, but who's this kid? This kid has a sound. And ever since I've been following up. So Smiley Body, that's my tune. I've been listening to him. What about you, Izzy?
Okay, so I don't know how to say this name. The artist is FRVR Friday.
Okay. Okay.
And the song is 100 Rounds.
Okay.
So,
and I've also been listening to
illiterate.
Keeper a lot too. I've been listening to Keeper to Ace Dinero.
Yeah.
So those are the two tunes I'm listening to.
It's 666. But yeah, I don't know how to say this, but 100 rounds.
100 rounds.
I'll
Okay.
spell it out in the video. I'm butchering the name.
Okay. So on to the games. Izzy, I know you're ready for this one. So for every guest we have on our podcast, Ace Dinero, we create a game for each of them. Yours is called a keeper. The reason for that is because your biggest tune right now is keeper. So we want to know if a female is a keeper or if she's not a keeper. So we're just going to give you scenarios and all you have to say is a keeper or not a keeper. That's all you have to tell us. So my first question is, this female or this woman, she's ambitious. Is she a keeper or not a keeper?
Keeper.
Keeper. Why is she a keeper?
Because ambition goes a long way.
Absolutely. Number 2, she works, but she doesn't have time for you. Ricky. That one held him.
Not a keeper.
Not a keeper. Why is she not a keeper? She needs to give you some time too, right?
Yeah, like I'm gonna feel like, like I'm not there. Like, what's the point? If you're working all the time and I'm not seeing you, what's the point?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I hear you. Okay. Number 3, she makes a lot of money, but she wants you to pay for everything. A keeper or not a keeper?
I'm gonna say not a keeper.
Why is she not a keeper?
Because I just feel like in a relationship, it should be equal. I won't mind paying for a lot of things, but like, it'll be nice because I have feelings too. It'll be nice for you to say, oh, I got this one.
If she buys you the PS5, right?
Right. You got that bomb. You got that PS5.
PS5 pin.
Okay. Number 4, she spends money on you, but she doesn't want you to rap anymore.
Cool, not a keeper.
Okay.
That was quick.
That was quick.
Damn.
Why is that, Ace Dinero? Why is that?
I won't sell my soul. So I mean my own money. So I'll just buy whatever I want. You can keep your money and I'm gonna keep rapping.
I know that's right. Okay. And my last question. She don't cook, she don't clean, but she got that WAP.
Nah, she has to go. Has to go.
Come on, that WAP.
You got that WAP, Ace Dinero, and she's not a keeper?
She's not a keeper. The WAP's not keeping me. I need a girl who could cook and clean. She's not WAPing, man.
I hear you.
Sorry, Cardi B. Ace Dinero does not want you.
I mean, I can do a little thing, Ace Dinero, but I'm not a big chef like Izzy. Izzy's the big chef. I'm okay in the kitchen. I can flip a 1-2 thing in there.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna ask. I have one more question to just, twist it around.
Go ahead.
You have a woman. She cooks. She cleans. She spends, but she got that dop.
Should keep her.
The dry ass pussy you're keeping?
Should keep her. She does everything.
He'll wet it up.
There's many ways of going about that. Like they sell a lot of stuff to make like try to take a pill or something, Like just keep her. Do something.
So mature. I feel so embarrassed. I feel ashamed. I feel like I'm too uneducated.
I'm just in my relationship. That's it. Like there's more than sex in a relationship.
That's true.
But sex comes with a lot too, but that's a topic for another time.
It does.
But I just feel like
it's energy and like
it comes with
distracts you from your goals and
yeah.
I get it. So you need a good soul.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ace, tell everybody where they can find you on social media or Spotify.
I'm on Apple Music, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, Ace Dinero, for linking up with us. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me and whatnot.
For sure.
No more messages at 4 a.m.
I won't do it. I promise. I promise. I won't do it again.